Technology is great. It's a great tool, it's a great adjunct, it's something to add into the formula, but there's no substitute for taking your music and taking your cause to the people. When you rely too much on technology, you lose the craft, and there is no substitute for the craft. A band that 6 months ago was recording on Pro Tools in their living room finds themselves with a million-selling album and couldn't entertain, a chicken, let alone a crowd of people. When we started out in clubs, then we went to third on the bill, then we went to second on the bill, and then we headlined. And by the time we headlined, we damn well knew how to do it. There are no shortcuts. There's no talent show on TV that's going to give you that kind of background. A lot of times in the studio, you can go for perfection, and what you give up is passion. You can get something that's perfect, but what you get is sterile. All the music that we grew up loving, whether it was Motown or James Brown or Zeppelin or the Beatles or Elvis Presley, was made by live people, and there were all kinds of imperfections, and that's part of what gave it the excitement, is that feeling that every once in a while maybe it's going to go off the rails. Well, there's no denying that when you're first starting out, you have this incredible passion and hunger. You're aspiring to be recognized. Whether you know it or not, you're aspiring to make some money. Whether it's just to pay the rent or to buy a Rolls Royce, it's all the same thing. So you want recognition and validation. So those days were very special for four guys who were told something was impossible and went against the grain and said, if you stand in front of us, we'll walk over you. So those early years were magical, but I sure wouldn't want to go back there. It's a nice place to, it's like a picture of an old girlfriend. You look at, and if you really get back together with her for one day, you realize why you broke up in the first place. The best way to succeed is the way the greatest bands and artists have succeeded over the years. You take your cause to the people. You don't go to a corporate entity. You play for people. You go to clubs. You play on the street. You do what you have to build word of mouth. To be nurtured by a corporation, it doesn't happen anymore. When we were first starting out, most record companies had a 3-album plan. They would nurture you through 3 albums to see what you would achieve. Whereas nowadays, if you put out a single and it doesn't work, they throw you out. The guy running a record company today ran a tire company last year. So the only way to really guarantee some sort of stability is to build a following, a grassroots following. Do it with the people. Start with the people in the street, because those are the people who are going to keep you going. The basic tenet and rule to longevity is passion. You have to love what you're doing. If you're doing it for any other reason, you'll ultimately fail. You do something not because you want to, you do something because you have to. And I don't mean you have to because you're being told, but there's a compulsion within you. There's an obsession. If somebody comes to me and says, I'm thinking about staying in music, or I go, stop, do the other thing. Because if you have to ask yourself, should I be doing this? The answer is no. You have to find something you totally believe in, and that's what will get you through the tough times. Passion is something that not only helps you to succeed, but passion helps you to deal with failure.